Don't just get a dog because, oh my gosh, the dog is so cute. I want a dog. I want to cuddle a dog. I want to pet the dog. Like, no. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Imani Janae if you are new here. If you are, I would definitely hope you would consider subscribing down below. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back and thank you for tuning into today's video. Today I'm getting into how expensive puppies are. I know a lot of you are getting dogs lately, so I just want to make everybody aware of all the expenses that come with having these cute little animals in our life. Don't just be getting a dog because they're cute. They are very expensive, especially in this first 6 to 12 months of their life. So definitely do your research before you go ahead and buy a dog. Don't just get a dog because, oh my gosh, the dog is so cute. I want a dog. I want to cuddle a dog. I want to pet the dog. Like, no. These dogs are literally going to be your children. So you need to take extra good care of them. So I'm just going to tell you everything that I've been paying for this one in her first 6 months of being home. She's now 8 months old and she's been with me for 6 months. So I'm going to tell you everything that I've paid for her, minus like her extra stuff, because I be spoiling this dog. Like, y'all know that I buy this dog a lot of stuff she doesn't need, but this is just going to be the essentials on what you can expect to pay for in the first 6 to 12 months of having a puppy. So let's get on into the video. Okay, so Layla's gonna be jumping in and out the video because you know how she is. She likes to be looking out the window, so that is what she's doing now. But I do still want to tell you guys everything that I've been paying for her within her first 6 months of being with me. So let's start with food. So it really depends on how much food you're going to be buying or what kind of food. So I know there's like a bunch of different types of food out there. You can either do dry food or kibble, wet food. You can make homemade food, or you can do like the food subscription services like My Ollie or Farmer's Dog, or I don't know what some other ones are. I know there's a few other ones out there, but you guys can do your research on those. But all of those come with a different price. So the cheapest options would be to either make your dog's food homemade. But with that, you definitely have to do your research. I do make Layla's food homemade. And I stopped doing that to try out the food subscription with My Ollie, but I'm definitely going to go back to it because I just think it's a cheaper alternative and she still gets the same nutrients and everything. I just didn't want to like really think about it. But anyways, subscription services like My Ollie, Farmer's Dog, and the like are kind of expensive. They get very expensive. So you can expect to pay like $100 to $200 a month if you do use those. If you do kibble or dry food, you can expect to pay, well, depending on how big the bag is, but if you get like the biggest bag, probably like $45, $50, but that bag will probably last you a super long time, probably even like the whole 6 months, depending on how big your dog is. So that will be $50 for 6 months, which is very, very cheap. Or if you make your dog's food like homemade, you can probably buy a month's worth of food and put it in the freezer and it will last you a while and it will still be cheap. So homemade meals, like if you just go to the grocery store, buy the ingredients, you can get the vegetables, the meats and stuff for like regular human prices, obviously. So probably spend like $20, $30 and that will last you a month. And that still is good and they'll still be getting good nutrients and they'll actually enjoy the food that they're eating, because I know lots of dogs do not want to eat that kibble, but I mean, if that's what their parents can afford, then that's what they eat. Like Layla, I still have kibble for her, so whenever she runs out of food, like she is now, so I'm in the midst of getting her off of Ollie and back onto homemade food, but I just need the ingredients to make her homemade food. So right now she is eating Diamond Naturals dog food for now. So let's get into the expenses of that. So homemade food, $30. Dry food, like $50, but that lasts you a while. And food subscription, that is $100 to $200 a month. So that's the most expensive option. but also one of the healthiest options. Or you can do wet food, which is probably around the same amount as kibble or dry food. All right, next is toys. So you're going to be buying a lot of toys, and if your dog is super destructive, you're going to be buying more of them. Or if your dog gets bored and just wants something new to play with, you're going to be buying more of them. I would budget probably at least $15 to $20 a month for toys, depending on how destructive your dog is. Layla still has some of the same toys that she had from when I first got her. So some of those toys have lasted a super long time, super durable. She has become super destructive with toys. So if I get like little cute little toys, she will destroy it very quickly, but the more durable they are, they really last a while. So I try to get cute ones that are also durable and also like the rubber kind now. Give me that. If your dog gets bored a lot and just wants new toys all the time or destroys their toys all the time, you can get subscriptions for those, like the Bark Box and Puppy Pack, which I partnered with Puppy Pack on another video. So if you are interested in learning about their company, I'll link that video in the corner here so you guys can check that one out. But you can do subscriptions for little toys and stuff, so you can just be getting new toys every month. And I think Puppy Pack is like $30 a month, and it comes with toys, treats, and some other cute, nice things that you can try. So, and I know Bark Box does the same thing, and you'll just always have a supply of toys and always have a supply of treats, but it just depends on your budget and if you even want to spend $30 a month. But you could also go to like TJ Maxx or something and pick up just one nice toy for like $6, $7. All right, back to the subject of treats. You're definitely going to want to budget for some treats, especially within the first year. So you are going to be in trial and error mode of what your puppy is going to like and what they're not. So this one over here is super picky. So I go through a lot of treats just trying to find out what she likes. Regular human fruit, so you can also use fruit, which will be a cheaper option as well. But if you're buying like dog treats, then just go through trial and error, see what your dog likes and what they don't. Just get a bunch of different things because they do get bored and sometimes they turn their nose up at some things. I know this one definitely does turn her nose up at a lot of things because she's just so picky. So it's just trial and error. And you also want to get some chews that are long lasting, so if you have to do something, then it will just keep them busy. So definitely want to plan for that. And you can spend probably like $30 to $50 on treats a month. So it just depends on what you get and how much they are. I know bully sticks and stuff are kind of expensive. Just shop around and see what you like, but I would expect to probably pay like $30 to $50 a month on dog chews and treats, and it'll vary depending on your dog, but that is basically what we pay. All right, then we're getting into the one-time fees. So this will just be like the equipment that your dog needs. So they're going to need a bed. So you can spend probably like $30, $50 for a bed or more, depending on what kind of bed that you get. Your dog will also need a leash, a collar, a harness for walking and going in public. So if you get them a nice, comfortable harness, that can probably cost you a little bit of money too. I think LEYLA'S harnesses cost around $30 to $40, and I have a few of them just to switch up the style, but I'm extra. You can definitely just stick with one, and you can probably find cheaper on Amazon too. Collars can be on the cheaper end because obviously they're just like a little strap that goes around their neck, just for safety purposes and so they don't get lost or anything. So definitely budget for that. It's probably going to be around $10, $15 for a collar. For a leash, it can depend on what leash you get. You can get the rope leash, you can get the retractable leash, you can get a bunch of different types of leashes. But I think you can go to TJ Maxx and get like some sturdy ones for literally $7. Or you can go to Amazon and get a retractable leash for like $25. Or you can go to one of the Instagram stores and boutiques. I know they have some really cute stores on there but those are handmade, so they're probably going to cost a little bit more. So it just depends on your style, what you want to get, but definitely you're going to need to buy all of those things. And then if you are going to be crate training, you're going to need to buy a crate. So that's probably going to cost you like $30-$40, and a playpen, which will cost you like $50 to $500, depending on which one you get. If you go the Clearly Love Pets playpen route, that's going to cost you like $400-$500. If you go like the simple ones of Amazon that are pop-up and also just as fine, that's probably going to cost you like $50. So that can vary as well, so you definitely want to take those into account. Then you are going to be paying for cleaning supplies, because if you are getting a new puppy, then they're obviously going to be having accidents. So it depends on what kind of flooring you have, but you're going to need some cleaning supplies. So I personally love the Resolve cleaning supply. I will put the bottle on the screen because I don't know the exact name, but we use this whole entire bottle. This was actually sent to us because we did a campaign for Resolve. So we used it for the campaign, and then we used the whole entire bottle because she was still training, and it works really well. It actually smells really good too. So we actually really love that product, so we use that. So we also love this powder by Novetica. It's called Wet Away. She wants to be nosy. Stop eating my dead plant. No. So this one is called Wet Away. All you do is pour it directly on the wet stain, let it soak up and turn into a gel, and then you literally sweep it up or vacuum it, and poof, gone. So this was one of her giveaway items that I won on Instagram, but we love this stuff. This stuff is like magic. So I love it, and it works really well. So highly recommend checking this out, because this is going to be like one of the best products you can get. But yeah, just if you're going to get like a regular dog spray like Resolve or a Rocco and Roxy or whatever kind of spray that you are going to get, that's probably going to cost you around $7, $10, $15 maybe. So definitely you want to take that into account. Like, you're going to need some cleaning supplies because your puppy is going to have accidents when you first get them. How long they're going to have accidents may vary, but you might want to just have something just in case. And then you're gonna have to buy some grooming supplies. So you're gonna need some shampoo, some conditioner, a comb, a brush, toothbrush, toothpaste, and I think that might be it for grooming. You can also get like some deodorizing spray if you don't want to give a bath so often. We have that as well, but that's extra. Like I said, like, you don't need that. Like, just get regular shampoo and conditioner combined, or you can get it separately. That's probably gonna cost you like, I don't know, $15 a bottle. So probably like $30 for shampoo and conditioner. So you're gonna need a comb and a brush. You can get the slicker brush, which is really good. So it takes out all the matting and everything. It leaves your dog's fur super soft. I have this as well. And if your dog sheds, which she doesn't, but if there is any matting or anything, you can take out the mats, and then you push the brush and it just releases out all the fur. It is called a slicker brush, so you guys can definitely look that up. But those are more on the expensive side depending on where you get it from. I think ours was from Petco, so it was like $20, but I'm sure you can get one for cheaper. I promise you. Then you're gonna need to pay for vaccines for the first like 4 months until they turn about 6 months. So you need to take that into consideration, because that is one of the more expensive parts of owning a dog. And if you have pet insurance, which I'll get into next, that isn't going to cover your vaccines. So you're going to need to save money for vaccines. It's probably going to be around $130 or $150 or a little bit more or less, depending on which veterinarian you go to. Because I know obviously every veterinarian is going to have separate prices, but our vaccinations for her was like $130 a month. So I paid that for the first 4 months that I had her. How much money was spent? Let's calculate. $130 times 4, $520 just for vaccines. And this is just to make sure that your dog isn't getting heartworm, isn't getting it's like for fleas, and just to protect them from the outside world. So you definitely need to get the vaccines and the rabies shot and everything. So all of that is going to add up to $520 or around there. Most health insurances do not cover it, so you're also going to want health insurance or pet insurance just in case something happens, but it's totally optional if you have the money to just save up a bunch of money just in case something happens to your dog and you have to pay thousands of dollars to get them taken care of. Then just save up the money and keep it in an account, and you probably don't need pet insurance. But I would probably save like $7,000 to $10,000 in a separate account just in case something happens. Because if your dog falls and breaks their leg or something and has to go into surgery, that's a lot of money. If your dog gets a really bad illness like cancer or something like extreme and they need to go to chemotherapy or something and then get surgery, like that's a lot of money. Pet insurance is basically for those accidents or illnesses that may occur when you own a dog. I have health insurance through Healthy Paws and I pay about $30 a month. So that's just in case. I used it when she was sick, so I did end up using it. She did get sick earlier on, and they did pay for that. But for any vaccines or for a spay, like they're not covering that. That's just expenses that you should expect to pay as a dog owner on your own. So that's something to consider. Going along with surgery though, you will have to pay for the spay or neuter if you have a boy dog. We paid for Layla's spay and that was around $343 just to get her fixed. So I won't be worrying about any babies or any complications later on down the line. So I do have a video on her spay surgery if you are interested. It's very informative. I'll link it in the corner above so you guys can check that one out. But you will have to pay for that out of pocket. Your pet insurance isn't going to cover that, and that's $340 on top of the vaccines, which adds up to like $520, and you know, everything else that you have to pay for. So and last but not least, if you want to put your dog in training classes or in doggy daycare, then that is going to be probably around, it depends on where you go. But we went through PetSmart and I think it was like $110 for like a 6-week or 8-week class. And we did 2 classes. We did the beginner and the intermediate class. So that was probably around like $200 something total. But it really worked, and I really recommend you guys to put your dog in training classes if you're not a professional trainer and you don't know what you're doing. Like if you are good with training dogs, then you don't have to worry about this expense. But if you are a first-time dog owner, never had a dog, don't know what to do with training, then I would highly recommend putting them in some sort of class. And it gets them socialized with other puppies, because obviously they're not going to be in a class by themselves unless you put them in a private class, which will be more expensive, by the way. But if you put them in a group class, then it will socialize their dog. They'll get used to being around other dogs and hang out with other dogs. They'll make some friends. So I highly recommend putting them in a training class, but that is also an expense that will incur. All right, guys, that was it for this video. I hope you guys learned something and you learn how expensive puppies are. Like this little cute little fur ball is so expensive, but I love her so much, so I really don't mind. And I don't have any other kids, so this is my child. That's why she is so spoiled. But I hope you guys learn how expensive it is to own one of these cute little babies. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up and subscribe to the channel down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.